Hello, hi, I'm Aminuddin Muhammad. So today I'm going to show you how to create a new project using the new project wizard set for IGSS v16. So the first one, after you install the IGSS master v16, you go to project and then you click the new project, which is the new project wizard, and then the project wizard will pop up, and then just click next, and then tick the create a new IGSS project. The name of the project is, so the name of the project you can put the IGSS for CNR 10303 demo, and then the location, configuration, application, then just click next, and then just choose the single user, aka standalone, then click next. Choose a unique name for the station, just remain as it is, IGSS station 1. For the list of driver, we click the new driver here and then choose the Siemens S7 TCP/IP protocol driver, and then just click OK. For list of interfaces, click the new interface, and for the list of nodes, click the new node, which is node 0. And after that, you can click finish. Next, we want to define the IGSS station type. So on the IGSS, just click edit and then add the new station, and then this layout will show. Just choose the station type as single user, aka standalone, and then rename it as IGSS station 1. And then we move to configuration tab. All the values here is followed from the version 10 guidelines, so we can modify all the settings, all the value based on the guidelines. Next, we want to set up data collection, so move to data collection tab and modify all the settings based on this. Just click the box as same for this one. Next, we go to alarm tab and then follow all this, modify all the settings as this one. And then we move to access control tab and modify all the settings based on this layout. Just ensure that the TCP/IP port is 12399. Next, we go to the supervise and language settings. So based on version 10, it's much simpler, but on the version 16, just need to tweak a bit. Just ensure that all the settings that is required from version 10 is the same that you had in version 16. So next, we want to go to the report tab. For the alarm printer, just choose none. Log printer, choose none. For periodical report offset, start hour with 0. The output engine with HTML. All this heading line 1, line 2 is auto generated from the IGSS. Next, we are going to insert the new driver. So on the IGSS station 3 level here, you click on the right click and then choose the new driver, and then pick the Modbus TCP driver, which is this one. and then click OK. And then as this is have been made earlier, and then it will come out like this. When the modbus/TCP driver has shown, you can click on this one to add the new node, and new node will shown as this one is the node 0, and keep the node 0 as it is. Next we want to make the background diagram. So on the design and setup, choose the definition function here, and you can freely use all the shapes and objects inside this function, this definition, to create this diagram. Just don't be bothered by all these words and the v1 v2, because at the later stage we will come up with this one. After the object has been drawn, click on the edit and go down to symbol editor. Here you can see the subtable, and then you go down to miscellaneous, and then you draw whatever the shapes that you want, and then click the symbol OK. The subtable here, you can go to tables, and then click the no name, and then you can start to draw whatever symbol that you want to do. So now we have completed all the steps for chapter 1, and then we will move to chapter chapter 2 we have completed, and then we will move to chapter 3, which will cover all this mandatory design procedure. So first we need to define the measurement units. Go to edit and drop down to measurement units, and then add all these 3 base unit, which is first is degree Celsius, liter, and then the third one is liter per hour, and then just close it. So for degree Celsius, if you can't find or can't type in your keyboard, you just can open up any Microsoft Office and then just copy from the symbol there and then paste it in this box. So the next one we need to set up the diagram. So just create the diagram, and I show you the diagram that has been made earlier. So for the name, you type the overview, and all other items you need to check for title bar, system menu, minimize, and then for window caption, just click on the name, and all other settings just same as this one. Next, we go to edit to set up the alarm text. Go to alarm text, and then you click on the new, just type 101 with variety of 5. All these settings can be referred to V10 guidelines, which is as include for 101 variety with 5 with alarm color light red, and the alarm text shall be what is it, path defective. And then once for alarm number 101 is completed, just click OK, and then repeat for another alarm 102, 3, 4, 5, and 7. After you finish all setting up the alarm 101 until 107, you can see on here all the as listed, and then you can close it. So next we go to objects, check on reference, and then skill, then create new one is to reference dot to cd. Then we click create. All this IO value and the real value shall follow the guideline. So 32 0 32 0 104, and then click OK. Next we want to create valve. Go to template and then create, and for name we type valve. And then the template properties for valve that we have made will come out like this. So on the bitmap slash IO, so you need to edit this one by just clicking on the, it needs to be dash state or command bit. Same goes with this one. You just can click on it. You move to alarm in app bit. So this one need to follow this. You just click on 1 to get the star repeatedly, and then on 0 you get the plus. For 0 on the bottom you need to get the star. For state and commands, and command slash state configuration, you just follow the steps in the guideline. Next we move to data management. So for the scan interval, just click on the 2000. Base interval, click to 10. For login, just none. And data reduction, just click on the change. And transfer to history, click on the reduce value. And then go to atom mapping. For command, driver is by default is the IGSS station 1 node 0. Data block shall be 22. But for the state, the all remain the same, but the data block shall be 23. Once the atom mapping has completed, go to symbol definition. For close, we choose the color yellow for the valve. Then for the open, we choose different color from yellow, which is, from this case, I use green color. And then click OK. So now we are going to define the digital objects, which is V1 here and V2. So I'm going to show you in the next steps. So in order to do that, we go to tab object here, go to object type, and then down to unreferenced tab. And then here on the digital, go to valve and then create V1 and then hit create. Then when you hit create, the object properties for V1 will come out like this. So on the atom mapping, or in the in the previous version of IGSS, it calls edit mapping. So on the command here, you need to choose driver, this one, 70S7 TCP IGSS station 1 with node of 0, data area with DB data block. The data block number shall be 22, and then the addressing word 16-bit, offset with 0, bit offset 0, and the external type is FP16S. And then second, you need to go to state, edit as same with the command, but on the data block number you just edit to 23. And then go to symbol definition. So this one for close, for digital state for symbol close, you choose a color with any color that you want with no blink, and then background just remain as it is, and the buff you should choose this one. Once you're done, just click OK, and then repeat the same process to create for V2 object properties. Just the difference is on the offset status on the atom mapping should be 1 for V2. So once you click OK, and then V1 and V2 will show like this, and then you can move around them freely, and then just place it on the designated location wherever. It doesn't matter whether it is need to be center or not, just you can move around freely. Okay, next we are going to define the analog objects, which is F0147, which is the flow meter measuring the flow into the tank, and then L0147, which is the water level in the tank. So we're going to here. So here we go to objects and the object type, and click to analog, and then this object browser will pop up. Then we need to create F0147 with the description flow into tank D0147, and then just click create to a new one. So when you click create, this object properties for F0147 will pop up. So first we need to edit the analog. Just rename the with F0147, the description is from previous that have been key in. The decimal shall be 0, and then set all this value with maximum 100 and the minimum with 0. Then ticks all the boxes: high alarm, high limit, low alarm with 90, 80. The actual value 80, set point 50, low limit 20, and the low alarm with 10. And then the unit shall be liter per hour. And then go to data management. So the scan interval shall be 10,000. Base interval, click on the 10. Login, none. Data reduction, just click on the minimum and maximum. Transfer to history, click on the reduce value. Protection is unused, connect to unused. Save command with none, scale as unused. Next, go to atom mapping tab here. Click on the high alarm to set the IO mode to local, and then high limits also set to local. For the actual value, just remain as it is, but need to check whether the data block number is 20 or not. If it's 0, just click until it's 20. For the IO mode shall be in, and then the set point, just ensure that the IO mode is in local. For low limit also in local, and then low alarm also local. But for low limit, the alarm details shall be 104, flow below limit. That has been previously done on chapter 3 and chapter 2. For low alarm, just drop down and choose 105, flow below low alarm. For high alarm, choose 102, flow exceeds high alarm. For high limit, 103, flow exceed high limit. Then next we go to symbol definition. Just choose whatever color that you feel. Then the symbol display with no blink. Then just click whatever whatever symbol that is available, which is here we have flow. Just click on the flow and then hit OK. And then after you hit OK, this will be shown in your figure and you can move around to just near to the V1. Okay, next we want to create the analog for water level in tank. So just hit the L0147 and then for the description, water level in tank T0147 and click create. And the object properties for L0147 will pop up. So edit the maximum value to 1000 and then the high alarm to 900. The actual value will be 150 and the low alarm will be 50. The units here should be liter. And next go to data management. For the scan interval, choose 10,000. Login to all changes. Base interval, click to 10. The data reduction, click on the average. Transfer to history will be reduce value. Next, click on the atom mapping tab. Just click on the high alarm, actual value, and low alarm. The actual value, just edit the driver node db and the data block to 20 and our other are remain. And then just click OK. After OK has been completed, then go to object and then the data visualization and then go to bar and then choose the L0147, double click and then this pop up. These steps need to be done because we need to edit the bar property, or in the previous version it calls attributes of bar. Just ensure all the boxes and the value is same like this one and then just click OK. After they click OK, this bar with the graph is shown and you can put it in the box that have been created earlier and then you can resize it to fit into the tank. So now we are going to define table objects. So go to the IGSS and then select object. On the object type, choose the table. Then when this object browser is pop up, on the name, click T0147 and then the description with temperature in tank T0147 and then hit create. So these object properties for T0147 for temperature in tank will pop up, and then on the table tab you name it with T0147. Description is being preset before this, and then on the name and value here, on the name write T1 until T4 and the value with 5, 7, 11 and 17. For the shared properties, units with degree Celsius with decimals of 0, minimum value of 0 and maximum value of 100. And then the type fit with fixed table. And go to data management. On the scan interval, choose none. For base interval with 10, login none. And the data reduction, click on the minimum and maximum only. For transfer to history, same with reduce value. For protection, save commands and connect to, for protection and connect to choose unused. Save command with none. Scale as Ferrand to cell that is previously preset. And then Next, go to display. On the label, choose description and the anchor on the left. State slash value enable with the anchor on left. All atom, choose all values. Format with decimal. Alarm and icon slash frame indication on symbol. Next, go to the atom mapping. On the driver, choose 70 S70 CP IGSS station 1, node 0. For the data area, choose data block DB with the data block number with 20, addressing word 16 bits with the offset of 2 and bit offset of 0, and the external type with FP16S. And the I/O mode, choose drop down with IO. And then click OK. And this will show up, and you can resize it and place it wherever it is suitable. Okay, next we want to define counter objects. So on the objects, choose object type and then go to counter. And then here on the name, just make sure that this is counter. Just name it with C0147. And then the description with counts liter per hour into tank T0147. And then hit create. And then the object properties will pop up. So on the counter, you see C0147 here. It's been preset just now. And then the decimal shall be 0. And then units will drop down to choose and liter per hour. And then the current count, choose 55 with the limit of 75. The preset value shall be 0, and then the maximum value will be 100. And let's go to data management tab. On the scan interval, choose none. Base interval with 10, logging none. And the data reduction with maximum. And the transfer history with reduced level. Then next, on the display tab, the label shows description with the anchor on the left. State slash value shall be enabled with the anchor on the left. And the atom is count and the format is decimal. And then go to atom mapping. On the count, all remain the same, but the offset shall be 3. And then click OK. And then this symbol will pop up, and you can move around freely and then place it wherever it's suitable. You can also resize it as per your liking. And next, we want to define string objects. So on the object, on the drawing component here, choose rectangular fill. And then on the tree here, choose string. On the name, click message. No, type in message. Here, choose value. Description is optional, whether you want it to be your personalized or just left it blank, and then hit create. And then the object properties will pop up. On the string here, on the name, it shows message with the set with maximum length of 70, and the string here write in now filling more water into basin / tank. Next, on the data management tab, scan interval shall be 2000, logging with none, and then go to display. Excuse me, not display, but on the atom mapping tab. Here, the driver and node same as previously, and then just only on the data block number shall be 21, and then the external type shall be string. And then hit click OK. And then this pop-up will show. You can resize it, or you can place it whenever you want. Okay, next we want to define graph windows. So in order to do that, go to graph and create graph. So on the name, type G0147, and the description is flow level in flow T0147. Sorry, this one should be flow in what never in. And then under window caption, click description and click all the Windows properties except for pop-up, just leave it. And then click OK. So when you click OK, there's nothing will pop up, just like unlike version 10, where the properties will automatically, but in version 16 we need to go to graph and then open up the graph that has been created, and then double click on this and then go to the signal, and on here we want to add the object. So this one I already add for C0147, F0147 and L0147. However, if you want to add more objects in the graph, you can add here and then just drag it. You can just drag or just double click and then it will be added in the signals to show on the graph. And then just click OK. And the graph like this will be shown in your definition area. So now we want to check to install the project. This step is just to remind the user or the designer whether the installation is conducted without any problem. And in order to do that, to view the installation report, just go to the folder, the project folder, and then drag down to .prt file here to show up. Then with WordPad, just and then the installation report will pop up in the WordPad. So it will be thoroughly informing you whether there is problem or not. So if the installation is not successful, the troubleshooter program will automatically appear, such as this one. So in our case, the installation is done successfully and without any error, so no pop-up. So if there is any error in your program, you can log the file of error with .err in your file. So if there is any error in your file, there will be a file with .err. So in my case, there is no error, so there is no file for that error for troubleshooting. Finally, we want to define operator reports. So in your IGSS definition, go to edit and then go down to report formats. And then click create to create a new one. So in our project, just type demo rep set as default and click OK. When you click OK, it will go back to this report format. And then on the report heading, click create. For the first one, we need to type flow and level and click OK. So the flow level will be shown in this. So in order to repeat the same process, create for miscellaneous and buff. So each item need to have their own object. So for the flow and level, you need to browse and you can choose multiple. This one we need to have 0147 maximum minimum and L 0147 with average. So just click and then just drag it in. So this one I have done earlier, and then repeat the same process for miscellaneous with C0147, D0147 for bar. Choose B1 and B2. Just drag down here, control click, and then just drag into this area, and then just click OK. After you have done all the steps, then you can click OK. So that's basically it for this project for requirement CNR 10303 train control system. Hopefully the step is correct. Thank you.